All right, everybody, check it out. So I'm here at the parking lot. I have 7 bikes behind me, and I'm gonna go through one at a time and do my MotoJitsu practice I had set up today. So I put all these bikes in order, and I'm gonna explain why I put them in this order. So the first one I'm gonna do is the KTM 390 Duke, because it's probably the easiest bike out of all of them to do this stuff on. Why? Lightweight, upright, handlebars that turn a pretty good distance, and it's just like a toy. That could go 100 miles per hour. A lot of fun. Then we have the Ninja 400, a little bit more aggressive. However, if you guys come over here real quick, it has these extenders on the triple clamp. So it's not like a full-blown sport bike like the last one. It has like a 3-inch extender above the triple clamp. So it makes it a little bit more upright, a little bit more challenging, but whatever. Kind of along the same lines, but now the triple clamp, it is raised above it. If you look again, behind it, like this is higher than the before. This one's a little bit higher, but this one's a little bit slightly more aggressive, so it's a little bit more challenging, around the same size. Then we have the street triple, a little bit more power, a little bit heavier. It does have a handlebar, however, it doesn't turn as far. So now we're getting to the point where it's like, it doesn't turn too far, and it makes it more challenging. Then we have the Panigale V2, brand new. What year is it? 2025, brand new Panigale V2. Full-blown clip-ons. It does come up a little bit, like the risers a little bit, but brand new bike, and it doesn't turn too much. A little bit more difficult, more power. And then we have the Aprilia RSV4, full-blown absolute sport bike, lean forward, crotch rocket. Holy crap, I gotta do a lot of crazy stuff on this bike that I won't have to do on the other bikes. For example, this. Really over-rotate my wrists and elbows to get the handlebars to turn, and I do a lot more body movement. And the last bike is my buddy Duke's, like I made that video about. GS, same year as mine, 2021 GS, but this bike is not hard. It's probably one of the easier bikes, but it's the biggest engine, it's the heaviest, so I put it last. But I'm gonna go through on this one and do a couple extra things. Just once you get good on your own bike, then you can start doing extra stuff. Like I'll do it one-handed, standing up, or whatever I feel like doing. So once this car gets out of the way, whatever the hell they're doing, I'll jump on the bike one at a time and go through and demo. It's my first time doing this. I got 7 people as a witness. I didn't warm up on any of these bikes, so it's my first time going through what you're about to see right now. So check it out. this guy's bike, the previous owner, see the clip-on? So here's the triple clamp, and they have the clip-on that attaches with the handlebar. It's Vortex. That's not stock. So you have to be careful when you start putting aftermarket parts on your bike. For what? Look what this happened. This is never had a bike ride like this. There's no way the manufacturer would ever let you turn and the throttle touches the engine, like the gas tank. That's insane. So this guy, if he has the original parts, he put that on. So when you put aftermarket parts on your bike, what are you trying to do it for? Look cool or make it perform better? This is stupid, because now on normal sport bikes, like I did the Gixxer 1000 last week or whatever it was, I went through the drill, but when I go through, my thumb and hand literally gets pinched. Come look how close that is. The throttle is touching the gas tank. So if I try to wrap my hand around, I can't literally do it. Because I can't do it, this is almost impossible. You simply can't do it. I could go to the right, kind of. Oh, look at this. This is even worse. Whatever this is, the traction control button, it literally touches the bike. So if you turn the handlebars too far, it's literally going to touch your traction control plus or minus or whatever the hell this is. So don't just put parts on your bike thinking it's going to be some kind of benefit. You're just fucking yourself over with a bunch of other stuff. It doesn't make sense. So slight weaves, slight turns, it'll be possible, but it almost ruined the bike for low speed stuff doing that simple little thing, because I'd like to see what this bike looks like stock. And one thing you do, loosen up these two bolts and then make the handlebars go like this, like open them up a little bit, because that's almost touching that. I don't know, I'd probably put it back to stock, because there's no way the manufacturer, I can't even get my hand around it. So here we go. there you go. Demonstrate on multiple different types of bikes and learn the lesson. Stop messing with your bike. It's perfectly fine stock. All the other bikes are perfectly stock in terms of the handlebars and everything, so it's not really a big deal. But that one, it screwed himself over for the capability to do this stuff. I wish that guy had the Gixxer 1000 from a couple weeks ago to do it on his bike. But his bike was stock and I was able to do it. But either way, that just goes to demonstrate why did I make this video. Just practice. Get the technique high enough where the bike doesn't matter. And if the only bike you ever have is a little KTM 390 Duke, okay, well, who can't do this stuff on a little tiny bike? About a month ago, this guy in a humongous Harley Road King, whatever the hell, I rode that bike through it with the owner on the back. So just keep practicing your technique to get that really fine-tuned and adjusted, like really, really high level. Then the bike shouldn't really matter. You should be able to jump on any bike and do it. You just have to adjust the clutch and what the bike feels like, but it's all pretty much the same crap. Clutch, throttle, rear brake, head and eyes, quick turns, transitions, blah, 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 blah. So there we go. Hope you liked the video. Talk to you guys later.